For our Tech Innovation Strategy project, we chose Microsoft CoPilot. Our group includes Mariana Pinos, Jeff G, Jenny Small, Nick Santangelo, Ariana Song, Neve Venka, and myself, Pooja Patel. We chose CoPilot because it reflects how AI is being integrated into everyday life in a practical and scalable way. Rather than existing as a standalone product, CoPilot is embedded directly into Microsoft tools that billions of people like us already use for work, school, and personal organization. In that sense, CoPilot connects the world by meeting users where they already are and enhancing how they communicate, collaborate, and make decisions across industries and geographies. What makes CoPilot particularly compelling is its focus on delivering value, one insight at a time. Instead of replacing human judgment, it augments it by summarizing information, generating ideas, and surfacing relevant insights exactly where they're needed. This reduces friction and cognitive overload while increasing productivity and clarity. Most of us already interact with Copilot or Copilot-like features in our daily lives, whether it's drafting emails, analyzing data, preparing presentations, or organizing tasks. That widespread habitual use makes Copilot a strong example of strategic innovation, not just as a product, but as a platform that strengthens Microsoft's ecosystem and reshapes how people work, learn, and live. Now moving on to relating Copilot to some of our class concepts. In chapter 4, we looked at how in markets with strong network externalities, early advantages can position a technology for long-term dominance. In the generative AI productivity space, Microsoft has strategically positioned Copilot to capture this early advantage and compete to become the dominant design. Rather than launching Copilot as a standalone product, Microsoft embedded it directly into its existing ecosystem, utilizing Microsoft 365, Windows, GitHub, Azure, and more products. And with this, it was leveraging its massive installed base to drive adoption. This approach is critical in a standards battle, where scale and integration reinforce user lock-in. In productivity-focused Gen AI, more users lead to more data, better models, improved workflows, and increased opportunities for complementary innovation, creating self-reinforcing returns to adoption. This dynamic gives Microsoft a path to pull ahead of competitors such as Google, despite their own access to large data networks. By contrast, OpenAI's ChatGPT achieved rapid adoption through a freemium standalone model, but faces lower switching costs and greater exposure to substitutes. Microsoft's embedding of Copilot into daily workflows such as Outlook allows it to deliver significantly more contextual value than a standalone tool. Microsoft and OpenAI's partnership likely reflects a shared understanding of these platform dynamics. Although the market remains rapidly evolving, Microsoft is currently well positioned in a potential winner-take-all environment. Its installed base, network effects, higher switching costs, and strong absorptive capacity make Copilot a formidable contender for design dominance in the Gen AI space. For our Chapter 8 analysis, we examined Microsoft Copilot through the lens of collaboration strategy, specifically how firms structure partnerships to accelerate innovation while managing risk and control. Microsoft's partnership with OpenAI, backed by roughly $13 billion in investment, is a strategic alliance designed for a highly uncertain and fast-moving technology environment. Rather than acquiring OpenAI outright, Microsoft chose a hybrid structure combining equity investment, long-term contracting, and exclusivity. This allows the collaboration to be more effective rather than integration, especially when innovation is complex and rapidly evolving. OpenAI remains independent and focused on frontier AI research, while Microsoft integrates those capabilities into Copilot and controls commercialization through its platforms. While this structure introduces dependency and governance risks, it allows Microsoft to move faster, preserve flexibility, and limit integration friction. Overall, this partnership exemplifies an effective collaboration strategy for frontier technologies, where uncertainty is high and learning speed is critical. And now I'll pass it off to Mariana.
Thank you, Pooja. For our Chapter 9 analysis, we examined Copilot through the lens of appropriability, how effectively Microsoft protects its innovation and captures value. At a basic level, Microsoft relies on copyright and strong branding to prevent direct copying and reinforce its position within the ecosystem. More importantly, its strongest protection comes from trade secrets. Key AI assets, like training methods, fine-tuning, and system integration, are kept private, making them difficult to replicate and providing durable protection. This strategy is especially important globally since IP laws vary by country. By running CoPilot through its own cloud infrastructure, Microsoft centralizes critical knowledge and limits exposure to imitation. Microsoft also uses patents selectively. Because approval timelines are slow, they focus on protecting core innovations while relying more on secrecy elsewhere. Finally, CoPilot operates under proprietary control. Tight integration with Microsoft 365 gives Microsoft architectural control and helps maximize long-term value. Overall, Microsoft's appropriability strategy is well suited for managing fast-moving AI technologies, and we recommend continuing to prioritize trade secrets, selective patents, and strategic partnerships. In Chapter 11, we examined how Microsoft develops CoPilot while balancing speed with structure. Microsoft uses a hybrid model that combines agile delivery with stage-gate governance, enabling rapid innovation while maintaining strong controls around security, privacy, and responsible AI. A key enabler is the One Engineering System, which provides a unified tool chain and shared standards. This allows teams to continuously integrate, test, and iterate, making agile an organizational capability rather than a project method. Microsoft also applies mature DevOps practices, including frequent integration, feature flags, and continuous refinement. These practices support rapid experimentation and ongoing incremental releases. At the same time, strong oversight is maintained through stage-gate controls. The security development lifecycle and responsible AI standards create formal checkpoints and go, no-go decisions to manage risk and ensure compliance. Together, these elements create balanced execution where agile drives speed and governance ensures accountability. Based on our analysis, we recommend strategies to accelerate CoPilot's diffusion and reinforce Microsoft's long-term leadership. Our first recommendation is to use distribution and pricing to win early adopters. First, Microsoft should prioritize early adoption while switching costs are low. By offering CoPilot free or discounted through programs like startups, education, and nonprofits, Microsoft can encourage users to build workflows around CoPilot early. This creates long-term stickiness that smaller competitors can't easily match and helps build a self-reinforcing installed base. Our second recommendation is to strengthen the OpenAI partnership while managing risk. Microsoft should continue strengthening its alliance with OpenAI while protecting long-term control. By keeping system-level knowledge like fine-tuning and workflow integration as trade secrets and reinforcing architectural control, Microsoft can capture value. At the same time, tighter alliance governance and investment in internal capabilities reduce dependency risk. Our third recommendation is to leverage the enterprise install base. Microsoft should use its enterprise-grade standards as a competitive advantage. While security and compliance processes slow down development, they make CoPilot attractive to highly regulated industries. By building strong feedback loops where enterprise customers, Microsoft can further strengthen its position in finance, healthcare, and other high-barrier sectors. Lastly, Microsoft should optimize the hybrid development model. It should refine its hybrid agile and stage-gate model. We recommend a dual-speed approach, fast experimentation in low-risk environments, and stricter controls for enterprise deployments. This supports rapid adoption while maintaining trust and compliance. CoPilot shows how large enterprises can innovate quickly without sacrificing governance. By balancing speed and discipline, Microsoft is well positioned to sustain long-term advantage in an evolving AI market. Thank you.